At the start of the drama, we are shown a world of pirates, that is, sea robbers. The biggest pirate here was arrested today. The head of the Marine Force, that is, the Sea Army, was going to punish him today by killing him. So he is brought in front of everyone so that everyone is lucky to see his death. And after today, no pirate should be made. All the pirates in this world should be killed. Because this pirate was the biggest and most dangerous pirate at that time, because he had stolen a lot of treasure in his life and hidden it in a special place. And that pirate tells everyone that I have hidden a lot of treasure in the sea. That's why I tell everyone to go to the sea and find my treasure. Now people are so happy to hear this that they start shouting for him. Because people now had the passion to find the treasure. Seeing this, the head of the Marine base tells the pirate to kill him immediately. On which two soldiers put their big rods in it, and the pirate dies there. But now all the people are going there to find that treasure. That means he has now decided to become a pirate. Seeing this, the head of the Marine base gets very angry. Because his plan was reversed. He wanted the pirates to be killed. But after the death of that pirate, a lot of pirates came forward. And now he went to find the treasure of that big pirate. After this, we are shown the story 22 years later. We see the hero of the story in the boat, whose name is Luffy. Luffy was also going to find the treasure of that pirate. Because he wants to be the biggest pirate in the sea, and he has come a long way in his journey. But the boat in which he was riding now had water coming in. Because he was traveling for a long time, now he does not drown, so he quickly goes and sits in a drum. All his stuff started floating in the water, and the drum in which he was hiding. But here at least, he was saved from drowning. But then his drum reaches between the ships of two pirates while floating. The two ships were fighting each other. Now here, the captain of the big ship was a woman. To catch her, the Marine base kept a lot of rewards. She then attacks the people of the other ship along with her companions. She kills them one by one and makes them prisoners, and she also brings them on her ship. The captain's companions also start looting the stuff on the other ship and bringing it aboard their ship. They also pick up that drum and bring it into the ship in which Luffy was hiding. As soon as night falls, Luffy comes out of the drum, but a boy who was a prisoner sees him coming out. And he gets scared seeing Luffy and shouts. Luffy puts his hand on his mouth and makes him quiet. And says, "Do not be afraid, I will not harm you." After which Luffy tells him about himself. "I am also a pirate." And that prisoner boy says that you do not look like a pirate because you are looking good. Luffy's answer was that no, all pirates are not the same. Some are good too. Now we are shown Luffy's childhood scene. And we know that he has been fond of becoming a pirate since childhood. Luffy also liked a pirate hero, who was also a pirate himself, and Luffy thought of him as his own hero. Now, when the pirate hero comes back with his team, Luffy tells him to please include me in your team. On which he replies, "Son, you are still young. You are not even ready to become a pirate, because this job is very dangerous." After hearing this, Luffy got excited. He goes to the highest point of the ship and pays attention to everyone, and then stabs his face with a knife and makes a mark, so that he can show everyone that I am no longer a child and can become a pirate. The story comes back to the present, where Luffy was telling all this to that prisoner boy. That boy asks him, "How can you dream of becoming a pirate? Because being a pirate is not such a special thing." Luffy replies that, "No, it is very good to be a pirate. By becoming a pirate, you can travel the sea with your friends. You can go on an adventure. And besides, no one says anything to the pirates. They are free. That's why I am so happy to have become a pirate." The prisoner boy says that I also want to be free. But the captain of this ship has imprisoned me here, and she will never let me be free. The sound of the captain's snoring was so loud that Luffy asked, "What is this? "What kind of sound is this? Have you kept a sea monster here?" On which the prisoner boy says that this is the sound of the captain snoring. Now the prisoner boy secretly takes Luffy upstairs and says that they are all sleeping. "So you run away from here." Now that Luffy was going there, everyone knew about him, and she wakes up from sleep. After which, the captain also comes here. Now the captain thinks that the prisoner boy was cheating me. He was also running away from here. That's why she attacks them with her weapon. She kills the prisoner first. But Luffy comes forward and puts his weapon aside and saves the prisoner boy. After which, he starts fighting alone with the captain and his companions. Although the captain's companions fire at him, but not a single bullet can harm Luffy. Seeing this, the captain gets angry, and she picks up her heavy weapon and hits Luffy on the stomach. But surprise! Here, Luffy pulls his body by making it elastic, and thus he is saved from his attack. Seeing this, the captain is quite surprised at how he made his body elastic, and then Luffy makes his hands long and elastic, and goes to the other side of the ship. Then the captain also comes there. She attacks him again with her weapon, but Luffy moves back, and then the ship's wheel breaks, and there is a fire. Seeing all this, the captain becomes furious. He was angry with the prison girl. That's why she attacks him with her weapon. But then Luffy comes forward. The weapon hit his head. His head was crushed. But surprise! Nothing happened to him. After which Luffy uses his most dangerous move. That is the best way to kill him. He makes his hands long and elastic, and packs a big punch. And he attacks the captain with it. Due to this, the captain falls far into the sea, and his work is over. Now, seeing Luffy's powers, all those people are quite surprised and scared. That's why they gave up. Now Luffy was very happy with his deeds, and he was going to leave with the prisoner girl. Now let's see a swordsman, whose job is to catch pirates and kill them. Now a man came here who was a warrior. He tells the swordsman to join him, but he clearly refuses. Hearing the refusal, the warrior started fighting with the swordsman. He was a very good swordsman. He quickly moves his swords and fights the warrior, and then, at one point, he used his swords very easily. He cuts the warrior into 2 pieces. And in this way, the swordsman won this fight. Luffy and the prisoner boy had left that ship, and now they were moving forward in a small boat. Now because he did Luffy, and Luffy saved his life, that's why they became friends. The prisoner was quite surprised to see his powers. That's why he asks Luffy, "Where did you get the power to become a pirate?" To which he tells, "When the pirate hero refused to include me in his team, then I got angry and ate a special kind of fruit. After which I got the power to become a pirate. Because the pirate hero held my hand, I moved forward from there, and my hand became long and became a pirate." Then the prisoner boy asks, "Now where are we going?" Luffy tells him that we are going to the Grand Line. That is, in the same place where the treasure of the great pirate is hidden. That boy asks, "Do you know the way to the Grand Line?" To which Luffy replies, "No, I don't know. But now that boy says I also have a dream like yours. I actually want to become a marine, so that I can help the weak people." After hearing this, Luffy says, "Then okay, let's do one thing. Now we go to the marine base from here. I will get the map of the Grand Line from there, and you stop there to become a marine soldier." To which the prisoner boy says, "Wow, this is a very good idea. Let's do this." And now these two leave to go to the marine base. In the meantime, we see a girl named Nami in the sea, who was in her boat and her condition was bad. She was about to die because she was feeling a lot of weakness. When she opened her eyes, she saw a big boat there, which had 2 boys. When Nami asks for help from them, but then she sees that these 2 are pirates. That's why she tries to cover the box in her boat more. It felt like there was something precious in it. Seeing this, the 2 boys get off their boat, come to Nami's boat, and try to open that box and see. As soon as they opened the box, there was nothing in it. Now when the boys saw above, then Nami steals their boat and runs away from there, because she caused all this drama. So that the boys come in her boat, and they can run away with their boat. And now Nami also comes to the nearby marine base. Luffy and the prisoner boy were sitting in a hotel and eating. Where the swordsman also comes, a girl makes food for him with her own hands. But then the ill-mannered son of the marine captain comes here. He snatches the food from the girl's hand and drops it down, and crushes it with his own feet. After which he behaves very badly with the girl. The girl was very upset. The swordsman did not like this. That's why he tells the son of the marine captain to apologize to the girl. Which the ill-mannered boy laughs and says, "What did you say? I apologize to this girl, never." Saying this, he takes out the sword. Seeing this, the swordsman also takes out his sword. Just by hitting him a couple of times, he defeats him. Seeing this, some other people also came to the swordsman to fight him. But he kicks one and drops it. He hits one on the table. He holds the women's arms and breaks them, and throws them aside and hits. He holds one and rotates it so that he kicks it hard. Then Nami also comes here. She also hits a man's head on the table and injures him, taking him aside. Now the imprisoned boy was very scared, hiding under the table. He was watching all this. While Luffy was enjoying this fight a lot, the swordsman killed all the marine soldiers, after which he catches the son of the marine captain. He was about to kill him. That's what the boy says, "Please leave me. I am the captain's son. I will give you whatever you ask for." Hearing this, the swordsman leaves him for now, and his dad comes to the marine captain to take his reward. Because his duty was also to kill the pirates, but the marine captain says first, "You have to give me the reward," which is that you have to be imprisoned with me for 7 days. On this, the swordsman says, "If you try to imprison me, your son will die first." Hearing this, the son of the marine captain gets angry and tells his dad, "Dad, what are you doing? Give him the money." But his dad hits him and throws him away. Now the marine captain tells the swordsman, "After this act of yours, no marine base will give you a reward. Then you can kill as many pirates as you want. Now you have 2 options. Either way, you work with us, or you get imprisoned with me for 7 days. On which the swordsman says, "I will not work with you. But yes, I get imprisoned for 7 days. And now he is caught and imprisoned. He is tied up. The next day, Luffy also comes here to steal the map of the Grand Line. Luffy came from a small place. When he sees that the swordsman is tied up there, then he opens his ropes and frees him, and goes back to the way he came from. There, Nami steals a marine officer's uniform, wears it and goes inside, because she also came here to steal the map of the Grand Line. But when she was looking for the map, then 2 marine officers came inside and recognize her. Nami is not a marine officer. In fact, she is only wearing a uniform. So they attacked her, but she also moved ahead quickly. She wraps the male officer in her leg and drops him down, and attacks the female officer from the road, and finishes her work. After breaking the roof for such a long time, Luffy also comes here, because she heard everything, and now they both know that we have come here to steal the map of the Grand Line. Now, Luffy starts going to the marine captain's office, because the map of the Grand Line is kept there. Then Nami also starts following her. But then suddenly, the marine captain comes in front of them. And because Nami was wearing a uniform, so he considers him a marine officer. Nami tells him here, "I have actually just imprisoned this prisoner, so I was going to put him in jail." Hearing this, the captain leaves here. But here we saw that Nami is very cunning. She had cut the marine captain's pocket, and now the keys to his office had come to him. So now they both open the lock with the keys and enter his office. Separately, they start looking for the map of the Grand Line. The marine captain now comes to the place where those 2 officers were lying, who Nami had just beaten. Both the officers tell the Marine captain. That girl with red hair is Nami. She is not a Marine soldier. In fact, she has entered here. She is a pirate. Hearing this, the Marine captain remembered that she has gone to my office. That's why he sets an emergency alarm here. Luffy and Nami had found that safe, in which the map of the Grand Line was kept. But even after a lot of effort, they were not able to open this safe. Then, the Marine captain also came out. He starts knocking on the door, and tells them to open the door. But here, Luffy holds the safe tightly. Nami comes behind him, and grabs him tightly. Here, Luffy uses his magical power, pulls and stretches his arms, and both of them jumped and came out of there, with the safe. Both of them had come here safely. But then the Marine officer comes here, surrounds them from all sides. But here, Luffy and Nami face them very bravely. Luffy pushes them away with his fists, while Nami beats them with a rod, and keeps on pushing them. And then the swordsman also comes here with his swords. He sees Luffy and Nami. They are both children, and they are getting beaten by them. That's why he also jumps into this fight to help them. As soon as a soldier moves forward to kill him, he kicks him and puts him aside, and then jumps and falls on an officer's face. He hits him with a sword and puts him aside. And these three killed all the Marine soldiers. These three were still standing. That's when the Marine captain comes here. He had come to fight them, because he had a bladed weapon in his hand, with which he attacks them. But then Luffy and the swordsman come in front, who started fighting him, although the swordsman was fighting him with his two swords. But the Marine captain was very brave. He was also getting heavier. That's why the swordsman also has to take out his third sword. Here, Luffy also uses his magical power. He makes his arm long and faces him, but the Marine captain also catches his hand easily. Now the swordsman puts his third sword in his mouth, and starts fighting the captain with two swords. As soon as he hits the captain with one sword, he jumps and falls far away, and now here, Luffy also uses his special move. That is, by making the arm long. By making a big punch, he hits the captain in the face, with which he also falls far away, and fell there. And now, finally, he was saved from the Marine army and the Marine captain, because of which he was very happy. The swordsman helps him more. He picks up the safe and takes it to Luffy's boat. Before they leave here, the son of the Marine captain comes here with guns. But then the prisoner boy also comes here, and he hits him hard on the face, making him unconscious. Luffy is very happy to see him, that you have come here too. And now, he also thinks of taking him with him, because now the Marine army was after him. Which the prisoner boy says, "That's right, you go. I will stay here. To fulfill my dream, I will become a good Marine officer, to help people, to eliminate cruelty." After listening to him, Luffy was very impressed, and now he takes Nami and the swordsman in that boat, and leaves from there. Now we see the head of the Marine base again, who had caught the biggest pirate 22 years ago, and had punished him. Now, the head of the base finds out someone has stolen the map of the Grand Line from their Marine base. Knowing this, the head of the Marine base gets very upset, and now he also comes to this Marine base. Now we are shown a Joker, who was also a pirate, and he also wanted the map of the Grand Line. That's why he sends his people behind Luffy, to steal that map. Luffy, Nami and the swordsman were moving ahead of the boat. Here happily, Nami opens the safe, from which they get the map of the Grand Line. Seeing this, they become very happy. Here, Nami tells Luffy and the swordsman that the Sea of the World is situated in 4 parts, and the line of the land that is coming to the sea, there is a line above it, and it is called the Grand Line. The treasure is there, so now we will go there to find the treasure. He was saying that he feels ate from the outside, because actually the pirates of the Joker had attacked their boat. His pirates were in the sky, they spread the gas of unconsciousness from there. As soon as the gas went inside the people, they also become unconscious by smelling it, before becoming unconscious here. Luffy had seen those pirates, that's why he quickly hid the map of the Grand Line in his mouth. After which he became unconscious. After that, these three came to their senses. Then they see that we have been imprisoned in a big box, and all their things were taken by the pirates of the Joker. But Luffy tells us here to not worry. The map of the Grand Line is absolutely safe with me, here in my stomach. Now as the box opens, then these three are on stage, where the Joker and his companions were showing the show. The audience here were prisoners, by making them slaves. They were being forced to clap here. Now the captain of all this comes here. As soon as he sees him, Luffy recognizes that he is a pirate. There is also a lot of reward. Luffy tells the joke here, "See, very soon, I am going to be the king of pirates." Which the Joker says with a smile, "You will become the king of pirates. See, I will become when I will steal the map of the Grand Line. And I will get that treasure." Then, after saying this, the Joker asks him for the map of the Grand Line. But then the cunning Nami comes in front and says, "Are you doing the map? Do you know? We have something more than a map." Saying this, she takes Luffy's cap and throws it up in the air. Now, as everyone's attention went up, she gets a chance and runs away from here. To hold her cap, Luffy stretches his hand again. Now seeing his excitement, all the people are very tense. Even the Joker. How did he do this? Now when Nami comes out of the circus, when she sees that the Joker has destroyed their whole city. Seeing the bad condition of the city, she was also thinking. That's when the Joker's people come here and catch him. And again he raises his head to the Joker. Then the Joker's people catch the swordsman and Nami and take them with them. The Joker comes to Luffy and asks him about the map of the Grand Line. But he doesn't tell him anything, because of which the Joker got angry. And to punish Luffy, he ties his hands and legs, and by pinching them, he stretches them longer, because he felt that doing this would hurt Luffy. But Luffy was laughing instead, because he was not in pain, but he was enjoying it. Now when the Joker comes to Luffy, then he recognizes him by his cap. This is the cap of the pilot hero. Then the Joker tells him that when I was your age, then me and the pilot hero used to be on the same team. But he also betrayed me. Now to take the map from Luffy. The Joker makes a move here. He brings a child in front of him and says that if you don't give me the map, then I will kill him. Seeing this, Luffy got angry. And somehow, he gets himself released. And here, Luffy uses his special move. That is, he stretches his arms and makes a big move and hits the Joker in the face, which breaks his head and breaks away from the body and falls far away. But surprisingly, even after breaking his head, the Joker was not dead, but alive. His severed head was speaking, was laughing, and the body was also doing its work, and then his head comes back again and gets attached to his body. Seeing this, Luffy gets very surprised. Then the Joker tells him, "That's like you. I too had eaten that special kind of fruit. So then, I have this power. That is, I can cut my body into pieces and can also join again." Now the Joker stands there, separates his hand, and sends his hand to Luffy and the unconscious gas. He broke it again, by which Luffy also becomes conscious. Nami and the swordsman was now imprisoned. But here, Nami had the key to open the lock, with the help of which she starts opening the door. But then, here, a companion of the Joker came. He comes to the swordsman and says that you, my brother, and my people had been beaten very badly, and today I will take revenge on that thing. I will also beat you in the same way. Now the swordsman was tied to a round thing, like a wheel, by which the Joker he beat that man. and with the help of knives, he repeatedly aims at him, but he was a failed aimer, and none of his aims doesn't seem right. Meanwhile, Nami opens the lock and comes out quickly, and the Joker, this man, he kicks him hard and throws him toward the swordsman. The swordsman quickly, with the help of his arm, he catches him. Nami opens the ropes for the swordsman. When he is free, he beat that man and makes him unconscious. And they both come out of here. Now, the head of the Marine base had also come here. Here is the Marine captain, lies at the head of the Marine base, so that he can trap the prisoner. He says, "It was my son's mistake, because of which he pirate." That is Luffy. He stole that of the Grand Line and ran away from here. But my son, a new Marine officer, saved him. By saying that, he makes him meet the prisoner. The head of the Marine base, when he sees the prisoner, he gets suspicious that he is nervous, so surely he is also with Luffy, so he calls him to meet him alone. Now when the prisoner went to meet him, then the head of the Marine base tells him, "Tell me, since when are you working with those pirates? Because I have known all the truth, I am sure." Here is the head of the base, also says that once you were seen with Luffy. So, now whatever the truth is, tell me quickly. Hearing this, the prisoner, I got very nervous, and he tells all the truth to the head of the Marine base, says that Luffy had helped me, my captain, to free me. Then he and I ran away from that ship and came here. After which he left, but I stayed here because I wanted to become a Marine officer. Now the head realizes that he is telling the truth, so he includes the prisoner along with him so that they can catch Luffy together. There's the Joker, caught Luffy and put him in a tank. When he regains consciousness, he finds himself here and gets very worried because in this tank gradually the seawater was flowing, and because of the seawater, Luffy is not able to use his powers or here because he was becoming weak here. Then the Joker also came here, and he again asks for the Grand Lion. But Luffy does not give him. Because of this, the Joker got very angry, and he increases the speed of the water in the tank, and now the seawater came there quickly and started falling on Luffy. Now we are shown here again Luffy's childhood scene, where at that time he was very sad when the pirate hero left him alone and went. After his departure, another pirate came here, who was very bad. As soon as he comes, he catches Luffy and starts killing him, starts troubling him. But just at this time, the pirate hero came here again. When he saw that these people are treating Luffy like this, then he killed her, all the companions of that pirate, one by one. But by then, that bad pirate took Luffy, put him in the boat, and came to the sea. But then, a very big the sea monster comes here and attacks his boat, because of which his boat turned upside down, and both of them go to the sea and fall because of drowning. That bad pirate dies there before Luffy drowns in the water and dies. Here comes the pirate hero and saves his life, after which that sea monster comes up again to attack them. He opened his big mouth and was about to eat Luffy. That's when the pirate hero comes and saves him. As soon as the monster closed his mouth, the pirate hero stares into the monster's eyes. This scared the monster a lot and runs away from there. But Luffy sees that monster has eaten one arm of the pirate hero, which hurt little Luffy a lot. So now here it is. Luffy realized that really, I am still a child. I am not worthy of being a pirate. Now the pirate hero, I was about to leave here. Before leaving, he gives his cap to Luffy, which was Luffy's last memory, which in present time, Joker was ruining in front of Luffy, but he couldn't do anything to save his cap, because by filling water, he was drowning in the tank. But because of this, he was very angry. In the meantime, here Nami and the swordsman also came. Nami hits the road by hitting the tank, by which the tank gets damaged. Luffy by then was also conscious in the water. I'm now seeing both of them. The Joker got very scared. He starts looking around so that he can call for help, but Nami and the swordsman had already finished his work. The cracks had become very deep, so the tank breaks. And with the flow of water, Luffy comes out. He was also conscious by then, and now from his mouth, the map of the Grand Line also comes out, now in front of Luffy. Two things were lying, map and his cap, because his cap was more important. That's why. He moves toward him. Luffy picks up the cap, while Joker, he picks up the map. Seeing this, he was very happy. Seeing this, the swordsman attacks him with a sword. The swordsman had cut his throat, but with his strength, he clenches his throat again, and he himself starts showing his powers. That means, in front of his eyes, he cuts off his body parts and starts joining again. And then he, by cutting a lot of pieces from his body, attacks Nami and the swordsman, although Nami and the swordsman were fighting with the pieces of his body. But he was hitting them hard. Seeing this, Luffy got very angry at the Joker. That's why he also got up to fight him. He uses his special move here. He passes his punch to his stomach, but this also doesn't do anything to the Joker. And now he also attacks Luffy. Joker's cut hand comes and grabs Luffy's neck and starts strangling him. When Luffy saw it from the side, there were a lot of boxes lying there, which Luffy shows to Nami and explains his whole plan, after which Luffy and the swordsman, by doing this, throws the pieces of the Joker's body toward the boxes. And Nami quickly, with the help of a rod, keeps them trapped. That's why the pieces of the Joker's body, which were very few, became very small. And now here, Luffy uses his special power. He stretches out his arms and has big hands. He attacks him with both hands and blows him away, after which Luffy gives that map to Nami. Because now I believed in both of them, and they became good friends. Now all three of them free the prisoners there, who were made an audience, and made to sit there. There is the head of the Marine base, arrested the Marine captain, and tied him up there, because the head knew that he is not a good Marine captain. He is very bad, and he is very unjust. He is also very cruel. Now the head of the Marine base decides, now I will make my own new Marine army and go to catch Luffy. His new Marine army was standing in front, in which the prisoner boy and the son of the Marine captain was also included. Immediately after which to catch Luffy, they go to the sea. There Luffy, by freeing everyone, with his two companions, Nami and the swordsman, sits in the boat and leaves from there. Now Nami goes alone and calls someone and tells, that is the map of the Grand Line has come to me, and now I am coming, so that we can understand here that Nami is cheating them, and she is with someone else. Now from here we are shown the time of 7 years ago, where a child who was a friend of Russell Luffy, he used to spread the rumor in his village that the robbers have come. The robbers have come, hide quickly. Because of this, everyone used to get very scared and immediately went to their homes and hid. People used to think that he is telling the truth. But after some time, people realized that he was lying. No robbers used to come here, so now no one believes what he says. They don't get scared, and neither hide in their homes. Now the story comes back. In the present time, where is that child? That is Luffy's friend, has grown up now. But still, he spreads the rumor that the robbers have come. The robbers have come, hide quickly. But now no one believes what he says. There, Luffy and his companions. We were moving ahead, then their ship breaks, because there was a hole in it, and water was coming in. So now we need to buy a new ship. They come to Luffy's friend's island, and let their old ship go, drown in the water, so that no one can reach them. The head of the Marine base was moving ahead with his team to catch Luffy. The Joker had taken all his body parts from those boxes. He had joined them, and now he was like before. He was also standing there. Then a strange fisherman comes to him and says, "Come with me. Our fisherman's head has called you." But the Joker refuses to go with him and started trying to escape from there. But then, that strange fisherman punches him in the face, which makes the Joker unconscious there. Then the fisherman picked him up and brought him with him. There Luffy was roaming on this island and was looking for a new ship for himself, where a ship he likes it. When he went to see it, then on this ship Luffy's friend, who used to spread rumors, here he meets Luffy and tells him that I take care of this ship. If you want this ship, then come. I'll take you to meet my friend. Because this ship is his, not just the ship. The whole island is his. After hearing this, Luffy, Nami, and the swordsman, I got ready to meet him, and now Luffy's friend takes those three to meet his friend at his house, where we see his house. It was magnificent and beautiful because that girl was very rich. After which, that girl comes out from inside. With her was his friend too. With the girl was his friend too, whose name was Claude. Now this rich girl, she had her 28th birthday yesterday, which means she will be 18 years old tomorrow. So her friend comes here and wishes her happy birthday. Then he gets the rich girl to meet Luffy, Nami, and the swordsman, saying that these three are my friends too. Then the rich girl tells Luffy's friend that tonight you and your friends stay here to have dinner with us. Here it is. The rich girl's parents are dead, and now she lives alone in this house. That's why her friend and the servants take care of her. Now, when the rich girl was sitting alone, then secretly, that boy, that means Luffy is his friend, comes to him as a birthday gift. He gives her the pearl he brought from the sea. And to make him happy, he says a lot of things here. I've gone to the sea many times and done an adventure. During the conversation, the girl started coughing. Then Luffy's friend gives him tea, which makes him feel better. When Luffy and Nami, I went to the clothes room. She was very worried that there are so many clothes here. Which one should we wear? Then the swordsman comes here and he asks them, that rich girl has a friend, Claudor. Do you recognize him? I do. I feel as if I had met him before. On which Luffy and Nami say that no, we don't feel that way. There Claudor, in his sweet talks, makes the rich girl happy and makes her very happy. The rich girl hugs him and says that I consider you my best friend. You are very close to me. But Claudor was not his friend, but his enemy, because to kill the rich girl, he had made a plan with both the servants, so that after his death everything will be his, and he can rule this island. Because of this, Claudor was giving poison to the girl, because of which the girl is sick. Here are both the servants, to kill the girl, had made a poisonous soup, so that before her 18th birthday, she kills him. Then at night, there is a party, where Luffy, Nami, and the swordsman enjoy the party a lot. They eat delicious food. Here, Nami talks to a man, who was a special person here, because the rich girl, he used to take care of the business. He was the dealer here. Now the rich girl comes here with Claudor and meets her dealer. Now, the swordsman talks to Claudor and asks him, you seem to know me. Have we met before? Which Claudor refuses. No, I don't think so. We are meeting for the first time. Now the dealer tells the rich girl, I want to talk to you about something important. But Claudor refuses and says, these things will happen later. First, let's eat food. Now when all these people we were eating food, then here is Luffy, talks to the rich girl about that ship, that we want to take that, because we are pirates and going for the Grand Line. So we need that ship. The rich girl says that tonight after 12, I will be 18 years old. Then everything will come under my control. Then I will give you the ship. She was talking. Now the girl is getting sick, Clador says. She needs some rest. Now all of you, go from here. But the rich girl refused. That's no, don't tell her to go. Tonight she will stay here. After hearing this, Clador also becomes quiet and picks up the rich girl and goes to leave her in her room. Now the head of the Marine base and the prisoner, when they were sitting in one place, then the son of the Marine captain comes there and tells that near an island, we have the stuff from Luffy's ship, which the head of the Marine base says, so it means Luffy has gone to that island. So now you both go to that island and bring Luffy here. Now when the dealer was alone, then Clador comes to him because he wants to kill the dealer. The reason was that the dealer had known the truth about Clador. That's all that matters. Tonight, he will tell the rich girl. Now here is what we saw. That Clador also has the speed of running and the power of the blade. He had 5 blades in his hand. He gets them inside the dealer and kills him very badly. Now we see the Joker, whom the fisherman had brought near his head. The head Joker says that I am the biggest and the most dangerous pirate here. If you loot anything here, then you will give me half of it. On which the Joker says, but I am not able to do anything. There is a boy named Luffy. He is roaming everywhere here. He also has a map of the Grand Land. He will find that treasure. On which the head of the fisherman says, who is Luffy? Where is he now? The Joker says that you leave me. I don't know where he is right now, but I can help you find him. On which the head believes and leaves him. Now Luffy and the swordsman, and to eat food and to drink alcohol, come out of their rooms. And now these two go to the kitchen together, where Luffy's friend was already present. And now these 3 start talking here. Now Nami is also comes out of her room and starts stealing things here. After which, she goes to the rich girl's room. That girl, in Nami's hand, after seeing the things she understands that she is stealing, but still, she doesn't say anything to Nami. In fact, like friends, she starts talking to him. In between, Luffy's friend says that my dad was also a very big pirate, but right now he is missing. Now, after hearing his name, Luffy suddenly says, oh, that I know him, I've met him, and I promise I will introduce you to your dad. Now the swordsman asks him, is there alcohol to drink here? On which he says, yes, in the basement. There is a lot of alcohol. Go and drink there. Now the swordsman and Luffy's friend come to the basement. But when they were moving forward, then they find the dealer's dead body is here. And seeing both of them, they get very worried, thinking that must have killed him. Where then, in front of them, Clador comes. He also shows them his 5 blades after seeing them. The swordsman understands that is who he is. Clador was actually the captain of the Black Army, who are bad pirates. And on top of that, a lot of money has been given as a reward. Now suddenly, the swordsman attacks him with his sword, but with his blade, his sword falls down, and thus he is saved from his attack, and then Clador, with the power of his spade, disappeared from there. In the meantime, Clador's 2 companions, these servants, come here. One servant kills the swordsman and makes him unconscious. Seeing this, Luffy's friend, from a small place, runs away from here quickly, and he is saved from being caught by the servants. Now Clador came back here and tells his servants to find their dead bodies of the dealer and the swordsman, saying that he left here. Luffy came to the kitchen because he was hungry, so he couldn't resist seeing poisonous soup, and he drinks all the soup, so he doesn't die, but becomes unconscious immediately. There's Nami too. After talking to the rich girl, became his good friend. And the stuff that Nami stole, she keeps it all back. There are 2 servants, the dealer's dead body and the unconscious swordsman. Bring them together and throw them inside. After which, they also leave from there. Luffy's friend, who was already very nervous, now he again goes to every house and tells the truth this time, that, believe me. Wake up, the robbers have really come here, although this time he was telling the truth, but no one. I was ready to believe him, and then Luffy's other friend, that is, the prisoner, also comes here with his companions. Here is Luffy's friend, tells the prisoner everything. That was the captain of the Black Army, has come here and is killing everyone. I have come here to tell about him, on which the Marine captain's son says that this is a lie. The captain of the Black Army was killed by my dad. That's why we've come here, to do the work. That's what we will do, to find Luffy. Hearing his name, Luffy's friend tells you have come here to find Luffy. He is also here, and now he takes him to Luffy. There, when Nami comes to the kitchen, she gets very worried. Luffy is lying unconscious here. She does not understand. How did he become unconscious after drinking the soup? But then she felt the shock, and she quickly goes and hides in a place. There actually, Claudor and his companions had come. These two servants, and listening to them, Nami understands everything. What are they going to do? They are going to kill this rich girl. Luffy's friend outside the house had brought the Marine Army. Now, as soon as Claudor opens the door, Luffy's friend tells that he is the captain of the Black Army, Nikkei Terra. But here, Claudor starts accusing him and says that his mental balance is not good. That's why he often talks like this. He has been telling such stories since childhood. Now, after hearing this, no one believes Luffy's friend's words, except the girl's prisoner. He felt Claudor is a liar, and Luffy's friend is telling the truth. Now the Marine captain's son tells Claudor, Luffy is here. Then Claudor says yes, and he hands Luffy over to them, who was half unconscious. Nami comes out of there. She attacks the servant with a pen and makes him unconscious, and runs away from here. Luffy's friend also ran away from there and came to the rich girl. Claudor tells the prisoner, what are you doing here? Go away from here. He insults him and closes the door on his face. Now Nami is also came to the rich girl, where Luffy's friend was already present. Now here, Nami is Luffy's friend. Meet the rich girl, tells the truth about Claudor, that he is not your friend, but an enemy, and is planning to kill you, to get everything. Now the swordsman who was alive, who was thrown into the well, he came to his senses there. He threw him out, and was trying to come out of there, but because the well was very deep, so he could not come out of there. But still, he does not give up. He keeps trying again and again. Now, here we are. A scene from the swordsman's past, that when he was small, he was becoming a swordsman. So he had promised his friend that I will become the world's biggest swordsman. But later he found out that my friend has died. He was very sad, and then he thinks of fulfilling the promise he made to his friend. That is, he left to become the world's biggest swordsman. It was 12 o'clock in the present time, and that rich girl was 18 years old. So now Claudor goes to his property to capture himself, to kill him. He closes all the doors to the house so that the girl does not run away, saving her life. After which he, with his weapons, with these blades, and with his servants, goes to the mother and daughter's room. But the mother-daughter was already with Luffy's friend, and Nami was running away from the secret paths. These people were made inside the walls and were going through a narrow path. But then the mother's daughter gets a cold. Claudor heard her voice, and he found out where they were. That's why he puts his bladed hand against that wall. All three are saved by the swords, and now they run away from here quickly. The swordsman now tries to come up to the well himself. He was climbing up, but he was falling down again and again. But this time too, he does not give up. And he got up again with a lot of courage. He started climbing up, and finally comes out of the well. There is the prisoner boy, was taking Luffy with him. Luffy came to his senses, so the prisoner boy goes to him. Now Luffy is fully conscious, says to the prisoner boy, that I have to go back from here, because Clador is really very dangerous, and the lives of my friends are in danger. I have to save them, because he really is the captain of the Black Army. But then the son of the Marine captain puts a gun on Luffy, so that he cannot run away from here. In the meantime, the swordsman had also come here, and he kills all his companions. Then he punches the son of the Marine captain, so that he falls unconscious there too. After which Luffy and the swordsman go out to save their companions. In the house, the three, that is, the rich girl is Luffy's friend, and Nami, come and hide in an old room. But then Clador also comes here. He suspected that he was here, so he starts looking for them. Meanwhile, Luffy and the swordsman, as soon as they open a way to the house and come inside, Luffy goes up, and the swordsman on the other side. In front of the swordsman, Clador's two servants come together, so he quickly grabs his sword and starts fighting them. As soon as the rich girl and Nami come out, Clador quickly steps forward and catches them. He was just about to kill them. That's when Luffy's friend with his weapon, he aims at him, but this time too, he survives. Nothing happens to Clador. Then Clador comes close to him at full speed and attacks him and throws him away. Then he comes close to the rich girl and Nami. He picks up his blade to kill the rich girl, but then Luffy comes behind, who made his hand long, and caught him, and thus saved the rich girl. After which, now Luffy starts fighting Clador. Using the power of the swordsman, he was picking him up and killing him. But because Clador was very dangerous and powerful, that's why Luffy, I can't compete with him for a long time. Clador has attacked, and the swordsman on the other side. Clador has attacked Luffy many times. Because of this, Luffy has to wait a bit. But then, Luffy hits him hard, and he falls far away. The swordsman, too, after fighting both the servants, was hitting him a lot. Once he attacks with the sword in such a way that he throws him down the stairs, and thus he was hitting him hard. There's Clador too. Now comes face to face, and fights Luffy, and throws him away with his blade, and kills him. But this doesn't affect Luffy much. He was saving himself very easily. Now here Luffy uses his most special move. He uses the power of the sword, and makes his neck long, and attacks Clador with it, and throws him away. The swordsman too defeats both his companions, and becomes a prisoner, which means he caught all three of them. Now in this way, all these friends fought with them, defeated them, and all of them were saved. But Nami says we should get out of here quickly, because the Marine Army has known that we are here, and to catch us, they must be coming here. And because to escape, they didn't have any ships. That's why Amel is a girl, gives them the same ship. Now here is the rumored boy, that is Luffy's friend too, gets ready to go with him on the journey. And now all four of them get out of this island by sitting on that ship. Now we see Clador too was not dead, but was saved alive. And he too, I got out of this island by sitting in the boat. The prisoner had come back, where he apologizes to the head at a marine base. Please forgive me. I tried a lot, but I couldn't catch Luffy. The head tells him, don't worry, you tried, and completed your work too. You brought those people off the island. That's enough. Now we will catch them. He was saying this because of his binoculars. He was able to see Luffy's ship, and the head of the marine base says that attacked their ship quickly. There were all those people were enjoying a lot on their new ship. They were happily moving forward on their journey. But then, bombs start raining on them. Seeing this, all the friends come up. Luffy sees through the binoculars who is doing this, and he sees the head of the marine base there. Seeing them, Luffy was quite surprised. Says, he is my grandfather. Now hearing this, all three of them are quite surprised. That is Luffy's friend, Nami and the swordsman, or, he is your grandfather. When Luffy says yes, he thinks, why is he doing this, with his surprise? This is the end. Thank you for watching. Luffy goes up,